And now that we're recording, sorry I sound a little nasally. Weather changes just ruined my freaking afternoon. Since you guys were asking about it, or the topic has been brought up of ActiveShooter, or what do we do in case of blah blah blah. I'll label this as the ActiveShooter, or oh shit bag, or what you should carry on you just in case. I'm going to try and keep my swearing to a minimum so that this can possibly be posted elsewhere. Because I dropped the F-bomb in a lot of my other videos, I don't want to put them on YouTube and have everybody and their brother scream and cry. So if anybody knows video editing and wants to take the videos and bleep out the F-bombs, that would be awesome, because I am not that technologically inclined. So I'm going to try and keep this to a minimum. What you would need in an active shooter scenario. Actually, I'm going to need to grab my IFAK. I got a really nice little IFAK from Rogue Dynamics, which I will end up, this video should end up being posted on their site. I know the owner, and he sent me a lovely little letter saying, hey, thanks for the support and this, that, and the other thing, and hey, this IFAK actually came through tours with me in Afghanistan. It survived being blown up a couple times. So it's actually very, very important to me. I like stuff like that. And you don't see that too much nowadays from a lot of companies, is people hand-making things, or passing along like heirloomy type stuff. Because to me, that's, if it's been blown up twice and the guy's still walking and talking and everything's peachy, that's kind of like a little bit of a rabbit's foot. So I keep that off any static piece of kit, mainly so I can throw it with whatever. Like if I think I'm walking into a bad scenario, I would definitely want to have that in my pocket, and maybe, some of that hooju juju would wear off well. So active shooter type stuff, active bad scenario type stuff, different things like that. I'm a big fan of drop rigs. I hate having stuff on my chest unless I absolutely have to, or like wasty type stuff. It's a personal preference, because I like to keep lean. I would use the term lean and mean, more so than anything else, because you see a lot of these guys have like full pull-on vests, and it's just the weight and everything like that. I like being able to go from a t-shirt and jeans to, okay, my vest comes over top, drop rig, pistol rig. Whether it's on the waist or dropped or anything like that. It kind of keeps your maneuverability up a little bit. It's all personal preference stuff. Some guys like having everything up here. Some guys like having everything at their waist. So it is just personal preference. My drop rig of choice currently, what I've been playing with. I'll get everything. The lighting in here still kind of sucks. What I've got is two HSGI tacos. The one on the left was given to me by a buddy. The one on the right I actually purchased from Rogue Dynamics. Down the center, I've got a Streamlight. I believe it's like their VTech or Sortech, or so. Basically, it's a one AAA battery. Little flashlight, and then under that I've got my Columbia River, I believe it's one of the M16 style knives, and it's all rigged up on a Black Hawk leg drop. Not a super huge fan of Black Hawk. There are a lot of other companies that do make their own drop rigs. I just happened to play with this from the start. I found it sitting there. I'm like, hey, this is kind of light and meshy, and we can play with it from there. Yeah, it's the M1613Z. Again, love my Columbia River stuff. You always want to put a knife on everything. Even if you know for a fact that you will have a knife in your pocket, it's never bad to have spares. I set up a lot of my rifles. I use Magpul stocks, which you'll be seeing here in a few minutes. I'm going to set these up in 20-minute increments, so you might end up having to watch video after video after video, because it takes me like 3 hours to upload one of these. But I do set up in a lot of my stocks. I'll set up spare batteries, a little bit of a blade, maybe some band-aids, maybe something else. I mean, there's a lot of these Magpul stocks have storage compartments to where you can put extra gear in, and it's what they're designed for. So, you know, you might as well utilize them. They're not just there to look pretty. A lot of books that I've been reading lately on special forces-y type stuff and SEALs in Afghanistan and different things like that. A lot of the guys have pretty much ranted and raved that they've had angels on their shoulders because no matter how bad everything got, their rifle was sitting right next to them. So I'm trying to kind of keep that up and go, okay, well, you know, if everything goes down south and my rifle's still always right next to me and everything like that, you know, what can I put on that rifle to make it that much what can I do to make my survivability go up? I'm also not going to edit these because it's just better if I ramble, because then you can kind of see how my brain works, and it might give you some ideas on how to work up stuff for your own. I'm definitely a huge proponent of go with what works for you. So on my drop rig, I've got my two HSGI tacos. One's a double AR mag stack. One is a single AR mag stack with a pistol mag on the front. So you can put a pistol mag in it. I've tried it, and right now I'm trying to break it in because it's still, HSGI stuff is just tough. So let me get this as I launch it all over the place. Dude, almost like break half my damn finger in the process. Awesome. What I've got in here is a Leatherman Mutt. This is probably your gun guy's best friend. If you haven't seen them, they're either 100 or 150 bucks. It's got a screwdriver attachment that has Torx bits as well as a flat head and a Phillips bit. It's got a wire cutter, wire stripper that looks like it's removable, so I'm assuming you can replace the blades when they wear out. Decent hefty set of pliers on it. It does have a seatbelt cutter. I got that out of the way. I'm not going to carry this in my pocket and expect it. I have a separate system for that. It does have a brass scraper and a little knife and a little saw, and it is very, very hefty, and it is definitely worth checking out if you're a gun person. I think I might end up going back to a magazine with this just to have an extra pistol mag laying around, but I'm still going to definitely keep this in just about any kit that I put together. It is well worth the price tag. Hi, puppy dog. So we're at about 8 minutes now, so I'm going to kind of not rush through it, but I'm just going to kind of swing through. So that's my drop rig. I've got a 27 kilonewton carabiner, a nice big carabiner, so I can connect it to any belt. Yeah, it's a little rough. Yeah, when you've got everything cinched down, it's a little rough. But this stuff isn't necessarily built for comfort. It's built more for, hey, I've got 4 minutes to get all this shit on and get moving, because stuff goes downhill. And you don't want to have a lot of lag time while you're trying to, fit your interceptor armor or, anything else you've got on. It's all about speed, because the faster you can react to a scenario, the more likelihood you will have to survive it. If you're taking 10, 15, 20 minutes to suit up, so to speak, you've pretty much already lost, unless you're going to walk out in like straight up, Warhammer 40k Terminator armor. Then it's game over. So that's what I've got. That's what this little ring is. So this is my drop rig. You figure 90 rounds of 5.56, a couple with a flashlight and a little knife, and possibly an extra pistol mag. There aren't very many scenarios that 90 rounds can't solve. As far as armor goes, this is my US Palm soft armor vest. Kind of see I've got some AR mag pouches on the front. It's nice. It's small. It just covers up your vital areas. It's not a huge piece of armor. I do have what is this? Gerber. You have one of them little Gerber, like, $20. I mean, this thing was $20. It fits nice in your hand. It's got a nice rubberized grip. You never know when you're going to need a knife. It's got its own little holster, which I've got some mosquito cord wrapped around because you never know when you can use that. And it's nice and it's light. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I also have a little Night Eyes S-beaner on there just to kind of another attachment point. Plus I've got a three double stack? Yeah, I believe these are double stack AR. Whoa. And I just totally removed something. Yeah, these are double stack pouches. I can fit 2 AR mags. Theoretically, I could fit 6 additional AR mags on the front of my armor. Will I use them for AR mags? Probably not. I'll probably throw a bottle of water, maybe my cell phone. They're just nice, and it's some place to secure additional gear if necessary. But it's nice and quick to throw on, throw over, strap around, and so it gives you that extra level of protection. And that's something you want in any bad situation, because you never know the scenario you're going to get into. Throw it under a hoodie, take off all the additional attachments, and nobody will even notice. And that's not me giving you an idea, that's just saying it's nice and light. As far as my rifle of choice, this is a Maritac Extreme, which you can get at County Com. It's about 4 feet wide. And inside of it, it's got a nice little double pull zipper. Inside of it, I keep a CAA double stack magazine clamp with 2 full mags of 5.56. Granted, this setup holds, I believe, 11 total AR mags fully loaded. Call it overkill, call it whatever you want, but I'd rather have spare ammo. It also carries my DPMS AR-15. Yes, you guys get to make fun of me because I actually enjoy DPMS. I know a lot of guys who are like, oh god, that's crap, blah, 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 blah. I've got hell from it at the range. I've caught hell from it from military guys. You know, I've basically built this gun to be the nail driver that it is, even though the pins are really stupidly tight. Cute. Tolerances are still a little off. Or, tolerances are still a little tight. Take your mutt. And I'll wear it down in a minute. So this is what you take along with you. I also have a mag pull single point sling that I throw in the bag as well. From completely loaded up to completely ready to rock, you know, under 3 minutes. Even in the worst scenario, even if it has a lock on it, I could still cut through the straps and get to it in 3 minutes. Paige, come here. Come here. Sorry, dog's running away. This does have a, what is this, VTU? Yeah. No, I'm sorry. This is my Troy boy. Does have tritium backup sights, just in case, because they were pretty and they were there, and I like tritium, glows in the dark, even though I don't think you're going to be doing any ridiculously long-range, you know, sniper-style shooting in the dark with iron sights, but you never know. Again, this is the lovely Magpul buttstock. Nice little compartment in there for, you know, shoving a knife, shoving a blade, shoving some survival food, shoving batteries, except it does have tubes on the sides to where you can put your batteries. I believe, I wish I could remember off the top of my head which model stock this was, but I didn't pay much attention to the trade names and whatnot when I was purchasing it. Quentin Defense Lower, Hogue, oversized grip. This is an actual aim point that I've kind of taken some spray paint to a couple of years ago, and it actually stood up pretty well. It is slightly OD green. Magpul angled foregrip, Troy Industries, quad rail, and we go from there. And I'm a huge fan of the PMag. I know a lot of you guys can bitch about polymer stuff. Once you get a lower that actually can operate it. Ooh, that's interesting. I think I almost beat up one of the covers. things. Luckily, they're plastic. The polymer stuff does really stand up once you get a lower that'll operate it. They do get a little testy as far as, sorry, one of the little clamps keeps popping off. They do get a little testy when it comes to different style lowers. If you're looking for a cheaper or commercial spec lower, it will get a little goofy from there. But that is my active shooter bag. Always, 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 always have a individual first aid kit. I don't care whether it's you're just heading to the range, whether you're heading out, just put one in there. It weighs like not even 2 pounds, and who knows, you know, some Band-Aids might do the job, or you might get into a situation where you're 20 miles from a hospital and quick clot will save your life. That's why I'm a huge fan of individual first aid kits, or just having something with you. All my car bags have it. Every car bag has it. All my shooting bags have it. I have one just sitting back, you know, next to my nightstand just in case. I will probably end up building a small one for the front of that vest, just so I'd have it on the vest itself. Even though if I do get shot in the vest, 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to hit me in the, you know, med kit, of course. But you still want to always have something on you. Hopefully that's yeah. So to review, I've got 2 different knives, 2 different flashlights, both the same type, them little rinky-dink. I say rinky-dink not because they're cheap, but just because they're small. They were only about 20 bucks, and they work phenomenally. Flashlights. I've got this Maritac bag, which is only about 40 bucks. I've got another one actually coming in the mail because they finally opened up black ones. And I'm going to put my 5.7 in there, which the next video will be on my 5.7. And I'll show you a little bit of what I've done with its setup. But yeah, I think that's about all I've got for this one. I would like to get into more. One of my buddies wants to know all my little knife collections and why I got what I got. So I will probably end up doing one of those. I know a couple of people have asked about bailout bags and what they put in theirs and why I choose the things that I choose, and different things like that. So there will be another video on those as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's probably going to take me a day or two to upload, mainly because it takes for freaking ever, and I play video games online. So thanks guys. Have a good night.